Hey, what's up you guys, it's your boy Drew here back again with another video for all you American soccer fans out there. And in this video, we're going to talk about the USA versus Mexico. We're going to preview that game on Sunday. Well, we're going to preview the game today, and the game's on Sunday. So let's just get to it. Real quick, before we talk about the USA and Mexico, I want to talk about, or give you guys my thoughts and reaction to that game against Jamaica in the semifinals the other day. I didn't make a video that night because, as you guys know, if you watched the game, there was almost an hour and a half weather delay. So the game was already pretty late here on the eastern side of America. So I was like, all right, I'll stay up for a little bit. And then the weather delay came on. I just switched over to Copa America, went back on to watch USA, watched the first half completely, and then around the 70th minute, totally knocked out. Totally passed out. I woke up, we actually won 3-1, which is great. Christian Pulisic getting a brace and an assist, the game of his life against Jamaica. Very great game for Pulisic, actually a very great game for the USA overall. And the only reason I really didn't make a whole video talking about this is basically just, it was late, so that day I wasn't going to make one that night. I went right back to bed. The next day, obviously, was 4th of July, which I hope you guys all had a good holiday. 4th of July was really busy for me. I was out all day with the fam, doing fam stuff. So now that I'm here, I had the time to actually talk about it, but just briefly because I feel like everyone's already over that game. Now we're focused on Mexico, which is in 2 days, depending on when you're watching this video. So, in a nutshell, my thoughts on the Jamaica-USA game in the semifinals of the CONCACAF Gold Cup, I would say it was probably the best game we've played so far in this CONCACAF tournament. I mean, yeah, in the Gold Cup, and maybe under Greg Berhalter as a whole. Anyway, I think this has been the best game. Tactically, we did really well. I was impressed with the way Greg Berhalter set up his team against Jamaica. I think we were before the weather delay, we were pressing high. We were making chances. We were creating chances, giving Jamaica a lot of trouble. They were up against the ropes. They had this great opportunity with a delay to just really reevaluate themselves, and you could see that weather delay really did help them out because they came back stronger. They came back more focused. They knew how to work all that pressure we were giving them, and I was kind of scared for a second. And then the second half came along, and we kind of just jumped back into our mojo, and we defeated them 3-1, which is really great. Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, great games, obviously. Yazzie Zardes came on towards the other half of the game, and he was terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. Terrible first touch. Terrible hold the play. Just absolutely terrible. I would have kept Altidore in, but I can see maybe Greg Berhalter wanted to keep Altidore fit for this Mexico game on Sunday. So, I mean, if we have to sacrifice Zardes, who cares? All right, now let's talk about the big one. The big game that CONCACAF was wanting to happen since the beginning of this tournament. And I say that because, Mexico did face off against Haiti in the semifinals a couple of days ago, and they did go through off a penalty, which was very, very controversial. Obviously, I can't show you the clip here. I'll get copyright strike. But if you go and look up some highlights of Mexico, that penalty, I'll say it for you Mexicans out there, no era penal. It was not a penalty. There was not really too much contact. There was contact, but I think it wasn't enough to really warrant a penalty. So a lot of people say, Mexico got here because CONCACAF really just wants to have Mexico-USA final, blah, blah, blah. And if that's the case, whatever. But we're here facing off against Mexico. I think, what do I think? Well, we're going to talk about it, and we're talking about it right now. I just lost my train of thought. So the USA and Mexico, obviously bitter rivals in soccer, and maybe even outside of soccer. Let's not get into that. Bitter rivals. One of the biggest rivalries, I'd say, in the world of soccer. So for all you Europeans out there, there's other rivalries besides Europe and stuff, okay? So the last 5 games we've had against Mexico stretches over a 4-year period. And in those last 5 games, the USA have won twice, Mexico have won twice, and we have drawn 1 game. So it's almost a pretty even playing field. The last game we played against them, obviously, was a 9/11/2018, never forget. 1-0 win against Mexico, which was just a friendly. So a lot of people really don't take that too much, but it's never really a friendly when you're playing against your rivals. So I always look at those friendlies against rivals like, all right, that's a real game. We really want to win it because we don't want to lose any game, friendly, non-friendly. We don't want to lose a game against Mexico ever. So in this video, I gotta get to the point. In this video, I really want to talk about what the USA needs to do in order to win against Mexico. And what we really need to do is basically play the way we did the other night against Jamaica. We need to press high. Right from the beginning of the whistle, USA against Jamaica was really pressing, really creating chances. Christian Pulisic was everywhere, creating chances, being on the end of crosses, creating crosses, obviously made it across to Weston McKennie where he scored the goal early on in the game. So if Christian Pulisic is on his A game like that, we're going to have a really good start to the game. The only thing is we can't let Pulisic be the only person in the starting 11 really pulling the strings and really being the only fire we have in the team. We need to have other people backing him up. Players like Tyler Boyd, Paul Arriola, Weston McKennie, Jozy Altidore, they all need to be on the same level, matching Pulisic's energy, matching his game. Like, let's do this. We can do this, dude. Like, we're all a team here. Don't let Christian Pulisic be the only one pulling the strings. If we do that, all Mexico has to do is close on Christian Pulisic, close down passing lanes to him, close on his passing lanes to other players, and that's it. Then we're screwed because that if that's our whole plan, we're screwed. We're gonna need another plan, and if we don't have one, obviously we ain't gonna win that game. Mexico has played a 4-3-3 formation this whole entire Gold Cup. So when you look back on all their formations and games they played, 4-3-3 across the board. So your boy Drew thought of a really good or pretty decent lineup to set up the USA going into this game to really counter that 4-3-3 of Mexico because their midfield is so strong with Andres Guardado, Alvarez in there. Is it Alvarez? I don't even remember his name, bro. Like, let me just check real quick because if I get this wrong, people are gonna have freaking titty attacks, and I don't need that kind of drama in my life. I'm already freaking out. Yeah, it is Alvarez. See that? I knew that. Anyway, a great way to really counter that, and Dos Santos as well in the midfield. That's a really good midfield, creating chances, can actually score as well. Really good at long shots. So the perfect way I think to set up, as you guys can see it right here, or right here. Yep, right here. Is really to overload that midfield of Mexico, because if they have their midfield overloaded, players like Guardado and Alvarez won't be able to, go up and help the attacking team, like, Raul Jimenez and all those players up there. They won't be able to pass any good balls to them. They won't be able to really create many chances. All they'll have to do is come back and defend, and that's going to open a lot of lanes, open a lot of holes for us to really get in on them. So what I have here is a 4-4-2 formation. Obviously, my boy Zach Steffen, my favorite U.S. player, in goal. No doubt about it. Matt Miazga and Aaron Long, I think, had a really good partnership in the last game against Jamaica. So I really would like to see them start again against Mexico. And on the wings, of course, we got Reggie Cannon, who really impressed me a lot in that Jamaican game. He had a fire as well. You can see him running up and down the field. He's got good pace. He's learning. He's young. He's hungry. He wants to prove a point. And I think in Jamaica, he really proved that he could be right now the starting right back while maybe DeAndre Allen is injured. On the left back, I obviously got Tim Ream. I feel like our left back situation is kind of slim, but Tim Ream was pretty solid in that game against Jamaica, and I'll give him credit. Obviously, a lot of people are not really big fans of him on the left flank, but I think he had a really good game against Jamaica, and if he replicates that same momentum and that same form, he'll really lock up shop in the left flank for Mexico. Obviously, in the center midfield, we got Michael Bradley and Weston McKennie. Obviously, Michael Bradley, I would hope to see him stay back more to help the defense. And Weston McKennie can do either or, stay back, or either maybe even push up more when we're on the break. So, because I think, obviously, he can score a goal if he needs to. On the wings from there, we got Christian Pulisic, obviously, and your boy, Paul Arriola on the flanks, providing good crosses, because Christian Pulisic is a really, really good crosser of the ball. Was really impressed with all the balls he played with against Jamaica. That sounds terrible, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And obviously the two main strikers, we had to pick two strikers in a 4-4-2. Obviously Jozy Altidore, the number one pick for me right now. And I really was very disappointed with Gyasi Zardes' game against Jamaica. So instead of putting him on there, I'd put maybe Jordan Morris. I think Jordan Morris had a pretty decent game as well against Jamaica. He was started as a right winger, but his natural position really is a striker. So I think, being alongside Jozy Altidore, another strong striker, they'll be able to have a good partnership going at that Mexican defense, because we want to be able to attack them. We can't sit back and let them control the game. We need to control the game, and if we can have this lineup, or at least this team lined up in a certain way where we shut Mexico's midfield down and really overload them with crosses, overload them with strength of Jozy Altidore and Jordan Morris, and just overload them with lots of attacking quality, we will be able to obviously win this game and defend our Gold Cup title. So That's pretty much it. That's what I think we need to do on the pitch against Mexico Sunday. But before you guys go, don't leave me. Stay right there. I have an announcement to make. Not really an announcement. I'm not like having a baby or whatever. But I do want to, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, I really suggest you do. I'll leave that thing right here. Follow your boy Drew on Instagram, because what I'm going to do, instead of live streaming this Gold Cup final on the channel, I'm going to go at halftime against Mexico. I'm going to go live on Instagram to talk to you guys about my first half thoughts on the game. Talk to you guys about what I think we need to improve on, or whatever's going on. I'm going to give you guys my thoughts. And obviously, you guys will be able to ask questions, comment down below, and I will be able to see them and answer back. And I think if we have that, that halftime talk, like, the players are going to have halftime talks, and me and you guys can have halftime talks as well. So really think about it. Follow me, follow your boy Drew. If you like this video, make sure you guys give a thumbs up, because that really helps my channel out. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for kicking it with me, and I'll see you next time.